Boogie2988, you know that YouTuber with almost 1 billion views, over 2.3 thousand videos, and over 4 million subscribers? Yeah, that guy. The one that's been on YouTube since like 2006, absolute YouTube legend with characters from Angry Grandpa, Francis, and a few others. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Greg here. Welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different, as typically in the series, I do How Blank Taught Me How to Run My Business. We've done Dr. Peterson, we've done Alex Hormozi, Andrew Tate. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different. It's still going to be in the series, and I'm going to sprinkle these in the more episodes that I do. But today's video is going to be how Boogie2988 taught me how not to run my business. A little bit different. Why do I want to make a video like this is mainly because I want to talk about, learning from other people's mistakes. Some people in business can teach you immaculate and awesome things that, might take us a second to learn as soon as we get into that level in our businesses. And so it's easier to look at them and apply what they know to our business now. But some people, they were given a really, really good business and just didn't handle it the greatest. One of those examples is Boogie2988. And no shade to him at all, but we've seen the documentary, which if you haven't, I'll definitely link it down below. It's made by a guy named Mike. He made this really awesome documentary that I highly recommend watching, as it kind of is the dark side of fame and fortune. Okay, so I want to first talk about Boogie2988 and kind of what the beginning of his downfall was, and more importantly, how this applies to our business. So he treated YouTube like a business. And so that's where I'm kind of getting these examples from, is the way that he, did business here on YouTube. And one of his biggest downfalls was definitely the fact that he went from kind of the, Mr. Rogers of YouTube, the humble guy that, is just from Arkansas. He just happened to start stumbling into a lot of money. There was not much money content, as he is a gaming YouTuber, but it started to kind of digress from from gaming content into money content when he started, he's made a few videos that were received pretty positively here on the platform about how, YouTube's paying him, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and how he was handling it was just by putting it in the bank. That's basically what he was doing. And that was pretty well received. And then over time, as we see in the documentary, and then just as we see here on YouTube, he went from this humble guy to very arrogant, demanding more money. It's claimed that it was a joke. I don't know if it is or not, but it's claimed that he went and just bought a Tesla. Even in his poorest moment, he was like, I'm going to do this for clout. And he went and bought a Tesla. And as we kind of touched on in the Alex Hormozi video, which if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out right up there. When you kind of betray your audience like that, and you kind of go from somebody humble who they want to respect, and you turn into arrogant and you kind of get this attitude of, well, I don't need y'all for the money, it kind of puts a sour taste in everyone's mouths. And so the way this applies to business, be honest, be humble, don't get proud of what you've accomplished, in the sense of, don't build yourself up as if you can't be knocked down again. Even if you do have that kind of money, being able to say, I worked hard for this is good, but remember, I worked hard. A lot of people helped me get here. And even if you did it by yourself, saying, hey, they're good people, I'm not trying to brag, things like that. That's a good thing to remember, especially when you're talking to an audience. The image of, I got all my stuff together. It's a dangerous one, because as soon as you say, I got all my stuff together, I don't need anyone. If you ever need help, or you ever want assistance, or you want, to include others in a project, it's not going to look good. One of the biggest points that I wanted to make in this video was the fact that he manipulated and lied to his audience, mostly repeatedly. He would spend time and money trying to prove something that wasn't true. He would say one thing and then do another, and vice versa. And one thing I noticed that is, if you're treating your customers, in this sense, YouTube, the viewer is the customer. If you're treating them like that, if you're lying to them, trying to manipulate them, it doesn't go over well. I truly believe that if you put your best foot forward, if you're, being honest, you're giving them the information that they need, I really do think that it will turn out better in the long run, as your customer will actually listen to you and respond when you have something important to say. And lastly, one more thing that I want to talk about in this video is how he never took accountability, or at least if he did, it was way too late. He constantly would blame others in his business for the downfall of his channel. And I think that's peculiar, because if you're constantly blaming other people for the issues in your own business, you kind of need to reflect on why there's so many issues in your business, why things aren't working. Now, maybe it is not your fault, but if you constantly think that everything is your fault, it's way easier to overcome problems than it is to say that it's everyone else and not me. When you treat things like, hey, everyone else is out to get me, it's everyone else's fault that I'm failing, you will fail because it's not in your control to win. But if you look at it like, I can overcome this because I'm responsible for my business, you will overcome it. And lastly, for this video, absolutely no shade to Boogie2988. Man, I've never met you. I don't know you. I don't want to presume to know you. I'm just hoping I can provide value for everyone else on YouTube because, you know, we all watched that documentary. It was posted. It's pretty interesting to see the documentary. And my personal take is I think it's a beautifully well put together documentary, and it is sad. It is sad to see somebody so successful, so legendary, so known on the platform have so little left. And I am sorry for your situation, man. But I do hope for everyone else watching that hopefully this video adds some value to your life. You can kind of see how Boogie handled his YouTube business and how maybe you can apply some of those things and avoid some of the situations he ended up in. Also, if you would like to check out the documentary, I think it's super awesome. I highly recommend you watch it. Even if you just want a good, entertaining documentary, check it out down below. The link is in the description. And hey, if you're new here, definitely please like and subscribe, especially if you made it this far. Really appreciate it. And comment who I should do next on Blank Taught Me How to Run a Business. Let me know in the comments down below. And I appreciate every single one of you. And y'all have a good one. Adios.